Haven't done much recording today as we haven't really been doing much, but we're about to head to a island cultural night, so we've all got all dressed up, as you can see, and we're just waiting on the old van or whatever they've got coming to pick us up. But yeah, so we'll have to do some recording tonight and see how we go. But look at this stunner over here. Woo! Ooh, that pretty girl. They're gorgeous. So yeah, just waiting for a mate. Hopefully he turns up. I thought it'd be to do a video explaining what's actually happening in this clip, because we sort of jumped from waiting for a bus to actually being at the event. So this is called Highland Paradise, and it's a cultural learning place there. And so what had happened is you have 4 buses turn up, and they've all got different colours, which is to represent different tribes. And they pick a rangatira, which is a title that's given to, well, from what we found out there, it was like the leader of the armies or whatever. He sort of explained as there was always the first person to die, because it's not the chief, but it's like a step down from that. Normally leads the armies. He's one of their best warriors, and yeah, kind of like the hand-picked top dog. But yeah, he pretty much just keeps going on about how you're the first to die, because you're always the one who has to lead them into battle. But anyway, I got picked as that, so you see a clip which is quite cool of me leading everyone out. And then there's a few other things I had to do during the night. A lot to do with this first part, which was all the traditional stuff, being accepted onto the marae and things like that. And also I had to do some dance moves at the end, but luckily for me, the camera died. We have got footage of it. It's on a different person's phone or GoPro, which she said she'd send it to us when she gets a chance, but that probably won't be till she goes to Aussie. So it's not going to make this video, but we'll definitely, I'll probably release it, because I like laughing at myself. But other than that, that's what's happening on. It's a bit of a jump from waiting for a bus to this, so I thought I'd better explain what's actually happening. Yeah, apparently.
If you look over there in front of you, behind the second tree, all those rocks fade into the mountains. That's the marae. The marae is a place where our ancestors used to worship. They also have meetings on the marae. We'll be coming back later on to go onto the marae to do the top lifting ceremony. And when we come back, this is where you leave the basket of offering over here. But before the actual top lifting ceremony, I'll be asking you not to take any pictures, but for now, you take as many pictures as you want. I just wanted to bring your attention to this tree over here. We call this tree hi'i, spelled I. Hi'i, chestnut. Our ancestors used the chestnut as boundary markers. Once the land is conquered through war, the land is then settled. Before the final settlement of the land, the king would call a special meeting upon the mountain with all his rangatira, all his matayapu. These are his generals, and he would reward them. For example, what's your name?
Shane.
Shane, I'm standing with you. Shane, you've helped me conquer all these lands through war.
Thanks.
You've saved my life a couple of times there, so I'm going to reward you. See that katarapa tree over there? Just say yes.
Yeah.
Now you see that big rock on the reef?
Yeah.
Yes. See the guava tree over there?
Yeah.
And the big rock on the reef?
Yeah.
Good. From where I'm standing, guava tree, rock on the reef. From where I'm standing, katarapa tree, rock on the reef. All that land in between those markers is my reward for you. Keep in mind, I'm still the landowner, but you're now the new custodian. From you to your children, to their children forever. Now here are the conditions of that land. I want you to fill that land up with food. Fill that land up with people. I do not want to see any idle land. Once in a while when we have a tribal feast, that I may require from you 300 pigs, 2 tons of taro, 2 tons kumara, 1 ton wahoo, 1 ton tuna. When that time comes, no problem for you to supply, because you have filled that land up with food. I also want you to train the young men and the women, the necessities, the techniques, the art of war, so that you're not only able to protect your own tribe, but the main tribe at the same time. But fill that land up with food, fill it up with people. Are these conditions okay for you?
Yeah, sweet.
Good. Straight after that meeting, Shane will look for some young shoots of the chestnut tree, plant a row that way, plant a row that way. All those chestnut trees in straight rows from the mountain, 100 meters apart, all the way down to the beach, they become boundary markers for that land. Today, there's still a couple of those trees standing, because the last war was about 1823, 200 years ago. A couple of trees of those trees are still standing. Now, today, if I want a half an acre piece of land next to the Edgewater Resort, I call a family meeting. Everybody that comes to that family meeting, direct descendants of the original rangatira. In that meeting, I cite my genealogy, connecting myself to the original rangatira through my mom or my dad. Then I ask the family for that half an acre piece of land next to the Edgewater Resort. If the majority agree, they will sign the minute of my meeting. They will also sign the proposed survey map that I bring to the meeting. I take those 2 documents to the land court. The judge looks at it. Everything is fine, in order. Stamps those documents. I'm now the new custodian of that half an acre piece of land next to the Edgewater Resort. When I die, the land does not automatically go to my children. They have to call another family meeting, introduce themselves to the family as my children. All 28 of them. But only 2 can fit on that land. The rest, they move to Mangere, Ottawa, Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne, Perth and Tokoroa. So the government do not own any land. All the schools, the clinics, the meeting houses, the churches, the hospitals, the administration buildings of the government, all that land, either donated by the family or leased of the family. For non-Cook Islander to get a piece of land, you have to lease the land over family landowner. But the easiest way for a non-Cook Islander to get a piece of land is to marry a Cook Islander. So any of you ladies got a healthy bank account? I'm looking for a Wednesday wife. Just a Wednesday, just a Wednesday. And Wednesday happens to be the washing day. It's a tough job being a rangatira, Shane, but welcome to the club, you. 2 years ago, when I said this thing about the Wednesday wife, when I finished talking, this old mama slowly walked up to me, grabbed my arm and said, "I'll take it." That was the scariest day of my life. All right, come on, the rangatira, come in.
freaking night. Oh, I don't have my flowers, Ellen. What jokes? You got no pants on. Oh, well, I guess you guys are seeing a vlog with Ellen with no pants on. It's the same as her in a bikini, so don't X-rate it. But come here a second. I'm getting the look from Ellen, but so we did a cultural night tonight at somewhere. Do you know the name of it?
Highland Paradise.
Highland Paradise. I should remember that. It's not what it says on the brochure though. But they pick a person. Oh, all right, settle. As you can see, we've had a few drinks, so we're not exactly completely sane and onto it as you would expect. But yeah, so you get this. I don't know what this is. I can't remember what it is. But they make you sort of the leader of you get picked up in buses, and then you get taken to the event, which is cultural drumming and dancing and like the hula, and not hula because it's not Hawaii, but it's, you know, the cultural dancing where they shake their booties pretty much. It's like real fancy twerking in the Ellen.
It's not twerking.
It's pretty much twerking, mate. There's a lot of twerking going on. But I'm probably making this sound a bit insensitive. It was a really cool night, and actually learning a lot about the cultures is really interesting. Way more than I thought it would be, because I didn't realise how close Rarotonga and New Zealand was, and how much our stories intertwined, which is only something I've learned since being here, which is an awesome part of this trip that I didn't actually think was going to be part of it at all. So yeah, we got picked up by a bus that was almost late. It wasn't really late, but it was getting to the point where I was getting a little worried, and jumped on this bus, and we met some really cool people. You turn up at the site, and you get greeted by drums, and they're like wooden log drum things, and it was pretty cool. We managed to sit at a table there was an English couple, which were really awesome. They just got married as well. So it was their actual honeymoon. They're from London. They were really cool. And where was she from, Ellen?
Who?
The girl took the video.
Spain.
She went Spain. She was from Spain. So she's a solo traveller. Well, not solo. She had a partner, but she's in Rarotonga for a month, or maybe longer than a month. It was a long time. She's in Rarotonga for, and so we got to know her, which is really cool. And she took a video of me dancing on stage, because with this I got picked as to be the show pony. There must be something on my head that says pick me, because I purposely hid. I was like, I'd done fine dancing the night before, and then tonight I just wanted to sit in the background and do nothing, but oh no, Scotty has to get up on the stage and shake his knees. And I was like, sweet, my camera died, hence why you're getting this video now, because I couldn't really video much. I got quite a bit of the dancing and the drumming, which was really cool. But yeah, my camera died, and I forgot the spare battery, because I'm new to this whole recording stuff and actually caring about what I'm doing. So yeah, we did a few things. There was a ritual at the start, or ritual, is that the right word? It was a marae, where their maraes are really different, so they follow the same principles as New Zealand, but it's kind of like a stone platform with different levels. So they had Parliament back in the, oh god, how far did they go back? Right back to like 600 AC or something, like really far back. He was mainly talking about the 1400s and then onwards to now. But they had Parliament way before Western civilization had Parliament. So they'd have the chief at the top with his two best warriors for protection. Then you'd have their head priest or their head cultural person, and then you'd have the four. Oh god, I'm gonna get in trouble because I don't remember the name. But the four people that I'm wearing this, which was, they were chosen warriors, which would lead the tribes into battle, and they were the first to die, is what we got told. So here I am, the first to die. But we got we had to lead. So each of the buses that we got picked on were our tribe. So I was the leader of that tribe, so we had to lead them through the whole event, which was really cool. And there's some cool shots of me with everybody behind me. So followed by the main guy, who was dressed up in this most amazing outfit. But the whole night it's probably, I think we're going to go do some cool stuff later in the week, but I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or what, but that cultural background and then the whole actually learning what's going on about here, you know, like even they really emphasise the significance of when Queen Elizabeth opened up the airport to be international. So that's when the tourism started, and that's where their whole lives changed pretty much, you know, that from when they were cannibalists and massive wars and just killing their own people to when Western civilization did come. Yeah, they had massive wars between the tribes, Ellen butts in halfway through these, which you can't see her, but she's around the corner, and then I have to try and answer her but still talk in the video. It's quite strange for you guys because you won't hear that comment, but she was saying that they don't kill people, but they did.
I didn't say they didn't kill people.
You didn't say?
They killed their own people.
They definitely killed their own people. They were different tribes, but they're on the same island. You'd have it was kind of like the North Island going down and attacking the South Island and then eating them. Seems very strange in this time of year, but back then it was normal. They had, so we have hungies or hungy pits. Well, they were doing that with people. So they'd have a war, and then they would chuck everyone in a pit and cook them, and then that's what would feed the armies, which is absolutely mental. But yeah, it's been a hell of a learning journey, and I think the older I'm getting, the more I'm starting to respect the history of things, which is pretty freaking awesome. So now I think we're gonna go to bed. We're gonna wake up for breakfast, and where are they from? They're from Italy as well, aren't they?
Who?
Our friends next door. Yeah, we made 2 more friends next door, Francesca and I can't remember the bloody Alexandra. Awesome people. We bought a bottle of Bacardi on the way in, and we almost smashed the whole thing last night with them. So we made some pretty cool friends, and he's a banker. I think he's a banker. We're meeting so many new people, it's hard to make track. I'm pretty sure he's a banker, and she works for Oakley and a whole bunch of other cool stuff, and I was like, you need to get me a discount on Oakley's, because obviously I'm running some cheap, and they're not cheap, they're still $40, and Howden got me these, and they're amazing sunglasses, but I'm pretty keen for a $200 set of Oakley, so we're going to try and get her to get me a sick deal on some Oakleys, which will be pretty cool. But yeah, I met up for them for breakfast, because they're off to another small island for New Year's, and then they're off back home. And then as for tomorrow, we're pretty much gonna, we got the boat cruise. We got Lagoon cruise, so we're gonna go snorkeling with Captain Tamers, and that'll be another cool video for tomorrow. But yeah, New Year's is gonna be interesting, so I gotta make sure this is charged. I gotta get all the data off the SIM card, which seems to be a lot better. It's got a lot more ability to hold. I just need to remember to take the batteries, and I might try and book scuba diving. I'm really keen to do scuba diving, and it looks like we've got a free day on Thursday, so hopefully we can do it all in the one day. So you got to do the training first in the morning, and then you go out for 2 dives in the afternoon, so depending on weather and everything else, but we'll try and book that tomorrow. And that should be another sick adventure. And I'll probably put the case on. It says this is safe to 10 meters, but you dive down to 10 meters, so I really don't want to take the risk considering it's brand new. So anyway, this has been a 10-minute ramble that we'll probably cut down hopefully a little bit to make it look better. But that's pretty much today. We spent a lot of time on the beach, just chilling on poolside. We did another lap of the island on the scooter. We did some shopping. Some of those clothes you'll see later on. I don't know if I took too much footage of the new clothes in this, so I don't think I took anything. But yeah, I think tonight was the main goal of the today's video, because that was our first activity, and it was amazing. So bedtime, sleep, wake up, breakfast, repeat. That thing up there, oh my god, what a saviour. It says 22 degrees, but it said that since the first day, so I don't think that's quite true. But without that, we would be dying. So good night, people. See you later to day 3. Bring on day 4. Can't freaking wait.